In this video, I'm going to show you how I would go from zero to $100,000 in under a year, because if the stats are true, we don't want to be in the position that 51% of Americans are in, that basically having $5,000 less in savings. And according to a study in 2022, 56% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency expense right now. So obviously having $100,000 in the bank can be quite life-changing, but getting there is a whole other story. And according to Charlie Munger, he says it's actually the hardest thing to do. Not getting your first million or more, but the first 100,000 is the hardest. The good news is he also says nothing about picking the next great stock or going YOLO on options or some trash penny stocks or any other crazy special skills, methods, or anything else like that. Just some good old-fashioned hard work and discipline, and the numbers back it up for that being absolutely true. But there's actually more you can do than just simply saving money, so let's get a little deeper here and dig into that. So the first thing you need to do this year to reach that $100,000 in the bank is to upgrade your job. Yes, that absolutely can mean busting your tail and getting that promotion. And it may mean just networking and reaching out to other folks you know in your industry and seeing what is available out there in regards to jobs. Either way, you need to be looking, and I don't mean just looking on the internet for that. I mean actually doing some deep digging through those connections every place you can in regards to reaching out to folks. But you also need to be improving yourself at the same time. Become that irreplaceable player at work. I mean, not in your mind, no, not in your mind at all, but in everybody's mind that you work with, and more importantly, your boss's mind. You need to be irreplaceable. Your resume sucks, get out there and fix it. There's 1,000 tools online for you to make that a lot better than what it probably is right now. And if you have the bare minimum qualifications for your field, become the person who has all the possible qualifications in your field. I hate to tell you, but just meeting minimums and being an average performer doesn't mean you deserve a promotion at all. It just means you're not at the bottom of the chopping block if they had to cut jobs. That's all that it means. But unfortunately, once those people are cut from their jobs, whether you know it or not, you're next in regards to those job cuts. Instead, you want to be that person that everyone will bend over backwards to keep you, which of course means more money in your pocket in the end if you're that individual. So number 2 is to start cutting costs. Reality is, you would probably have $100,000 in the bank if you were doing well financially and not overspending somewhere in regards to your budget somewhere along the way. It may be something you don't notice, like too many subscriptions, or it could be something much bigger, like you need to downgrade your house or your car because thousands of dollars are coming out each month just to pay those. Just house hacking can take you from paying $2,000 a month into a mortgage to paying zero. I mean, no money out if done properly. And I have done this repeatedly over the years, and in some cases, I've actually gotten paid to live in the house I was using this method with. Imagine going from $2,000 every month to suddenly not paying that $2,000 at all and having an extra $500 deposited into your account each and every month. How does that change your financial situation if you save and invest every dollar of that money? It just honestly, it really opens the floodgates wide open for your savings and for your investing and everything else in regards to your financial future. Couple this with cutting some subscriptions, cutting out some of the eating out and some of the other budget killers that you may have in there, and you have a recipe for a massive avalanche of cash hitting your account every single month. So on to number 3, and that is getting rid of bad debt ASAP. Look, debt either works for you or against you. And unfortunately, most people carry debt that does not work for them at all. And there are so many misconceptions about debt, it's simply unbelievable. Now, obviously, the most glaring one is to get rid of credit card debt. I mean, it's just nasty and it's keeping you from achieving that $100,000 mark or even getting close to it. And instead, you're giving the bank executives $1 million plus bonuses with all that interest that you're having to pay. Pay them off so you can give the money to yourself and pay yourself a bonus instead. If your car doesn't pay you money, then your car loan is working against you, unfortunately. I mean, either get rid of it by downgrading your vehicle or pay it off completely. But if it doesn't produce income, it's not good debt. And yes, that goes for your house too. Too many people listen to realtors and all these other people like that who make their money selling you something. Obviously not necessarily investing, but they'll basically say your home is an asset, but that's honestly not always the case. And more importantly, if it's costing you money every month and not putting money in your pocket, in my opinion, that is not an asset. It is actually another vehicle that is carrying bad debt. Every single debt instrument that I have brings an income that pays me in the end after all the bills are paid. If all your debts actually paid you instead of paying the bank, reaching that $100,000 marker would be much easier to achieve. So if it doesn't pay you and instead costs you each month, You are working upstream without a paddle, unfortunately, and that's exactly what you're doing whenever you have debt out there that's not paying you. So step number 4 is to start a side hustle. Now this can be something as simple as selling things you make online or at a local market or something like that, to actually building out an e-commerce site, or maybe even starting a YouTube channel, or maybe selling digital products or something else like that. You can break this down even easier and simpler by just simply picking up overtime at work, or driving for Uber during your time off, or taking any of the other jobs that are available to you just using an app of some sort. Having a second source of income helps out immensely, because all those funds can go towards that $100, and depending upon the side hustle you choose, the dollar amounts you can earn can be completely unlimited. And that is something even your full-time job probably cannot offer, so there is no reason not to get one started and take that shot on yourself. It could pay off massively in the end. And the video right up here will give you even more massive opportunities that you can earn as a side hustle. And the final step is to become an active investor. You don't need to find the next Apple or any other great stock to make very good money as an investor. I mean, simply DCAing into an index fund returns 8 to 10% a year or so on average, meaning that your money is out there making you more money. No special skills required, nothing crazy like that at all. Just simply DCA into an index fund and call it a day. But if you want outsized returns and even some major tax savings in some cases for US citizens, at least, I can't speak to other countries, but definitely here in the US, it's possible to have massive tax savings. Look into real estate investing to go along with your index fund investing, or dive directly into that. Yes, it's a lot more work. It's not easy, set it and forget it, but bigger potential rewards as well, along with learning how to pick and buy great stocks for the long term is another thing that you put a lot of work into, but then you may very well learn that it will make you a lot more money over the long run. Just requires more work. So many different avenues to choose from, but if you're looking for even more easy savings tips that you can implement absolutely today, I got a quick video you can click right here to get those tips. I agree, our system is broken, and this channel is about showing you the real truth behind finance, retirement, and entrepreneurship, so make sure you subscribe whether you're 25 or 65. This applies to you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.